Hello, welcome back. My name is Amanda and this is my channel all about knitting. Today's video is going to be a project vlog and you're basically going to be able to follow me along as I knit the Tolsta Tank. I'm test knitting this pattern for Rebecca Clow and I'm really excited to cast it on. It's going to be one of my first spring-summer garments of the year. I have yarn picked out, I've swatched already. I just want to be able to take you along on the process of knitting this tank. So, like I said, swatch is done. I'm going to be knitting the square neck version of this tank, and let me pull you a picture up on Instagram of what that looks like. Basically, while I'm pulling this up, the Tolsta Tank is meant to be a companion piece to the Tolsta Tee that Rebecca came out with last spring, summer-ish. And it's basically a very, very basic top that you can do anything you want to. You can add lace, you can add cables, you can add, I don't know, do whatever you want. So what I am doing for the square neck version of this tank, which here you are, that is the square neck version. My plan is to take all the ribbing and turn it into double knitting. At least that's my hope. We'll see if I can figure it out. This is gonna be probably one of the first patterns that I've like hacked to do something like totally different instead of just like changing the ribbing or adjusting the length of something or whatever. So I'm excited to see how it goes. It is a bottom-up garment, so I think that's going to make it a lot easier on me to hack things because like the ribbing and I think even the straps on this are picked up and knit afterwards. I think I should be able to figure it out. The main thing is going to be, I think, figuring out how many stitches I have to cast on at the beginning and if I'm going to have to do more because the double knitting will cinch it in a little bit. My plan as of right now is to just use the needle that I'm going to use for the main body for the double knitting as well, and I hope that that will kind of even things out. So that's kind of where my thoughts are with that. I'm going to keep it very simple otherwise, just a stockinette tank. But here is the yarn I've picked, and as I'm showing you this, once it came in the mail, I realized it's very similar to the color of the other tank I'm working on right now. So apparently this is my color for the season. This is Sandnes Garn Lena, and this colorway is Dusty Green. So this is, what's the content of this? 53% cotton, 33% viscose, and 14% linen. I really like the feel of it so far. When I swatched with it, it was a wee bit splitty, so we'll see how that goes, but otherwise, pretty happy with it so far. And yeah, like I said, I swatched, I got gauge on 4.5 millimeter needles, US size, that's a US 7. I think that might be what the pattern calls for. I'm not 100% sure. I will pull it up very shortly. That is kind of where I'm at. I'm gonna do a tubular cast on because I want to do the double knitting. I think that'll make it look really nice and neat and clean. But I figure I will just set up maybe a shot of my hands and you can watch me do my tubular cast on and we'll go from there. Tubular cast on, I tend to, or sorry, a tubular cast on in the round rather, I tend to do my two setup rounds flat and then join it in the round. I just find it a little bit easier and things don't get all twisted and awkward and I don't know. So that's a little trick that I do when I'm doing my tubular cast on. It's all cast on now. I'm just doing my 2 setup rows. So I think I will leave you here for now and come and update you once I've got a little bit further in the body here, or at least past the, what's going to be the hem, I guess I would call it. It's not ribbing, so, well, it is ribbing. It's double knit ribbing. I don't know. I'll come chat with you a little bit more once I am further on into the hem. Okay, so here's where I'm at. I hate it. This gauge is not great for the double knitting. Yeah, like, look at that. It's just, it looks like a mess. So I think what I'm gonna try next, because why would I want to gauge swatch the double knitting? I don't. I think what I'm gonna try next is casting on for the next size up, but on a smaller needle, and then decreasing those stitches out once I get to the body. Because double knitting like cinches in and you kind of lose a little bit of the purl stitches in it. So my brain is telling me that will work. So that's what I'm gonna try next. And we'll see. I really want to get this double knitting portion of the tank finished by tomorrow so that I can knit just the body in the movie theater in the round. We have movie tickets booked, I guess I should say that. But that's kind of what I'm thinking. So we'll see. I'm gonna try that. We'll see how it goes. I don't want to do too many attempts, but I also want to be happy with the fabric that I'm gonna get. So I'll do that. I'll come back to you once I see how it is and if it's working. We're just gonna wing it. It'll be okay. It is actually a few days later. I went to my movie. I don't know if I talked about that, but I wanted to get, sorry, my dog wants to go outside, but we'll film this real quick and then we'll take her. I wanted to get the ribbing done on this because we were going to a movie and I wanted to be able to knit stockinette in the round, but I wasn't sure about the gauge. Anyways, this is where I am. Yes, just a minute, honey. This is where I am, and I think it's going to be fine. I really should put this on some try-it-on tubing. Just a minute, honey. I really should put it on some try-it-on tubing just to see 100% that it's fine, but I think it's gonna be okay. So I'll do that later tonight. I don't want to keep this too long because she wants to go outside, but I think we're getting somewhere. I think we're doing good. Got a couple inches on at the movie theater. Finished basically 1 ball of the Lena yarn. And yeah, I think we're rocking and rolling. It's been a few days and I finally have time to put this on some try-it-on tubing and see how my double knit button band is going. I'm gonna bring this to work on in church and I don't want to keep working on this in the round and then try it on tubing later and find out it didn't work. So we're gonna do that. I guess I'll show you how it works. It's pretty simple, but then I'll be able to stretch all the stitches out and make sure that it's right. Don't mind everything going on around me. My desk, I swear I just cleaned this not that long ago and it's a mess already, but okay. So this is try-it-on tubing. All you do is pop it on the end of 1 needle and then just slide the needle, or the stitches rather, onto the tube. And then it'll work the exact same way when I put it back onto the needles. Honestly, I could probably even just slide a portion of it and get a relatively good idea, which is what I might do because I'm in a wee bit of a hurry. Okay, now it's able to lay flat. I think it's gonna work. It's obviously, let's see here. It's obviously like a little bit more cinched in, which is fine because ribbing's gonna do that anyways, but that's without it being stretched. And when I stretch it, it seems to be just fine. I think it's gonna work. Yay. Then all I do to get it back onto the needle is go like this, gently of course. If you pull too hard, you might pop it off by accident, and that's not fun. But gently slide those stitches back onto the needle. And pop that off. Ta-da! Now I can keep working on it. Okay, I have made a decision. I've been sitting on this for, I think, at least a couple weeks now, to be honest. Also, excuse my appearance. I just worked out and had a shower, and we're just going with it. This is the only quiet moment I have for the next little bit, minus the rain outside, which hopefully you can't hear. I am ripping this out. I am not happy with the double knit on the bottom, and I know I'm gonna be even less happy with it on the straps. It just looks messy to me. It doesn't look like a nice cushy double knit button band. It looks like messy ribbing. At least that's how I feel. So I recorded the podcast yesterday, which who knows what podcast number that will be by the time this gets up. I guess it was episode 155. And the moment I knew going into the podcast that I was going to ask for opinions on if I should rip this out or not. And the moment I started talking about it, I knew that was my answer. So I am going to rip this out. You're gonna get some fun frogging footage, I guess. I'm gonna rip this out and start it with a folded over hem, but just a stockinette folded over hem. I don't want any ribbing. I just want a clean stockinette finish. And then I'll do the same thing for the straps. I think my plan is I'll have to Kitchener stitch them together, but we'll figure that out when I get there. This is getting ripped out, and it's gonna be so nice to be able to just start it over tonight with the nice clean stockinette folded over hem. I'm gonna be so much happier with it. So that's what we're gonna do. I sat on this for way too long. I could have ripped this out probably a week ago, but I was just avoiding it and avoiding it and avoiding it. And now I know that this is my answer, so it is time. So you're gonna get a little bit of a peek into how I film things for Instagram, I guess, too, because I can't figure out a way to set this up to film this on my phone and this camera at the same time. So you're just gonna see both for a little bit until I get what I want for Instagram, and then we'll switch just to the YouTubes. But time to rip this out. I finally got that knot out. There was just this random, which I noticed this when I was knitting it, obviously, but there's just this random tiny short chunk in this ball, which was a little annoying, but I'm ready to start over. So I don't know if I'll pass that on right away. It is 3:46 on Tuesday, May 7th. Sound like a news reporter. I'll probably pass it on right away. Just get it going since I'm starting over and it's slightly disappointing, but yeah, we're ready to go. Maybe I'll put some cute progress keepers on it. These are from Denim and Rain. I tend to hoard these sheep. I probably don't need them all, but they're really cute and I like them, so maybe if I put that on there, it'll make me feel a little bit better too. little bit dark in here, so I have my light on. So I apologize for this little reflecty guy, but we'll try and keep that out of the screen. Anyways, can we all collectively agree that this is so much better? Oh my goodness. This is exactly what I wanted the double knit to look like, which it would look like, I think, if I wasn't knitting with such a loose gauge. But because that's part of this top is to have a really loose, flowy gauge, it was just messing with my double knitting. So all I did here was knit twice the length I wanted this to be, folded it over and attached it, and just did a folded over hem. I think it's so pretty. And you can tell I've knit a lot. It's been, let's see, two evenings since I ripped this out. I ripped it out, worked on it one evening, and then worked on it another, and this is the next morning. So yeah, working up really quickly, but oh my goodness, I'm so much happier. It's got such a nice, I don't know if I can show you, the drape, kind of, sort of, with one hand. I don't know, very pleased. I think this was worth the effort of pulling it out for sure. I'm here with a Tolsta update. This tank is basically flying now, I swear. Now that I am happy with it, I am getting so much done and so fast that I feel like I just filmed a day or two ago, and now look at this. This is craziness. Yeah, I've got like, how much length do I have on this? Where is my measuring tape? About 12.5 inches, and I have the bust darts in, and yeah, I'm almost ready to split for the front and the back, which is why I really wanted to film, because it's a pretty big milestone. The bust darts itself are a pretty big milestone. Believe it or not, this is the first time I've ever put bust darts into something, so I'm really excited to see how that does, how it fits, what it does. But yeah, it's just, it's going so fast now. It has such a loose gauge, and then it's just in the round stockinette. The bust darts are really simple to add in there too. So yeah, it's just working up really, really fast. So I wanted to sit down and film a clip, because I know for sure tonight I'm definitely going to split for the front and the back. So I wanted to have something filmed so it didn't look like, hey, last time I was like here and now it's done. So yeah, very, very happy. Love the drape on this. I'm sure you can see even just going like this. The drape is fantastic. This is my third ball now, so I'll have 3 balls into it already. I think I ordered 5 or 6, so I should have plenty. And I'm having a lot of fun. I definitely think starting over was the correct choice. I have not been the greatest at vlogging this, mostly because it's working up so quickly. But I have this up on the wall to take a photo, so I thought I would give you a look at it. It's not lined up perfectly just because of how I have to clip it on this hanger. So this hem will be the same length on it when the time comes, but the whole back is done. And then I'm about halfway through the front now. I'll give this a flip. So this will be like the top of the back, and then I'll pick up straps around the armhole here, and part of the strap will turn into like the top strap of the tank. But I did my folded over hem here, and I think it looks great. I'm really pleased with how that turned out. So everything's going well so far. And then I will do the folded over hem, obviously, for the straps as well, but it's turning out great. It just, yeah, like I said, it's been knitting up so fast with the combination of the really loose gauge and just like simplicity of what I'm doing with this. It's been very fast and very wonderful, and I'm so excited to wear it. So I thought I would film a quick clip, because at the rate I'm going with this, I think I might finish it tonight. And if not tonight, definitely tomorrow. So this is the back. I have the whole body done. The whole body, which is so exciting. And I've started on one of the straps. So you can see my folded over, maybe that is the back, I don't know. I'll figure it out once it's done. But you can see my folded over hem here. And then I've picked up and I've started knitting. I'm going to fold this over as well. All I do to fold over when it's not like knitting the cast on edge with your live stitches is wherever I want to connect it to, I'll just take this, or one of rather, the purl bumps, and I'll just pick up every single one along the row. So like that one will be knit together with one of the stitches, then that one will be knit together with one of the stitches, and so on. And it looks pretty darn good, if I do say so myself. So I'm going to do the exact same thing on this, and then these cast on stitches here, my plan I think is to do a Kitchener stitch to make this a tube as well. Yeah, if I have any big issues with that, I'll definitely film it, but I'm flying. I'm having so much fun. Can you tell how drapey this is? This is a horrible clip, but it's so drapey and light and wonderful feeling. I can't wait until it's blocked. I feel like that's gonna be so much fun with this top. Moving all around the house trying to get some half decent lighting. It is toasty out today. It's like 30 degrees Celsius. My phone is flashing saying the lighting sucks, but I don't think it's, oh, there we go. Anyways, my family has just headed home, so I figured it's about time I finish off my Tolsta tank here. I could have finished it while they were here, but I decided I wanted to be able to film me working on the last little bit of it, so I have waited, I have held off, but my first strap here is complete. Why is this twisting all weird? There we go. My first strap is complete, and I'm basically, I might have one or two more rows until I have enough to fold over and finish the second one. Doesn't that look so cute already? I'm so excited. So yeah, I'm gonna finish that up. I thought I would set up the camera to kind of do one more time lapse of me knitting on this, and then I'm gonna film blocking it as well. I think I might be holding this backwards. Anyways, so close to finishing, and look how cute it looks. I was so excited. So yeah, let's film a time lapse of me working on this. Momentary aside with crummy lighting, I'm already folding over the hem. I thought I had more to knit on it, but I'm folding it over, so that's exciting. I'm even further than I thought. So I wanted to do a little bit of a like before and after blocking situation for this. So here's my before blocking shot. Pretty happy with it so far already. So the main issue I'm having, and I talked about this a little bit on the podcast, is I think I should have dropped down a needle size for my folded over seam, whatever you want to call it here. So I'm interested to see what it'll do when it blocks. Otherwise, I think I'm going to weave some elastic thread through the top of it just to cinch it in ever so slightly. But otherwise, I have a feeling it's going to grow a little bit this way. It's still really cute though, I think. So, time to block. We'll see what happens. top is dry. I had it in this room with the fan up above me going like mad all night, and it seemed to dry it fast enough, so that's good. But here we are. Let me move the camera down a little bit. I thought I had it low enough. Wow, blocking did a lot. I don't know if the neckline needs elastic. If I go like this, it bunches a little, but I feel like with this style of top, it's gonna do that no matter what. I think it's perfect. Wow. Wow. How's the back here look? It's hard to tell myself. I'll have to look when I'm editing this, I guess, but it might be bunching a little bit in the back. If you see any ends, I haven't cut them yet, but the front I think looks great, like really good. It kind of got a bit of a curve into it with how I blocked it. Wow, I feel really pretty in this. Cool. Okay. Okay. I guess I'm not adding elastic. Wow, okay. I fully expected to have to add elastic in, so that makes me really happy. Wow! So my camera definitely died when I was getting all excited there. So I thought I would just sit down and film an outro and probably an intro for this and all that sorts of fun stuff. But yeah, I'm really pleased with how this turned out. I think it's so cute now that it's blocked, and it kind of has a really, I don't know, really nice shape. It fits really well. I'm so happy. So this turned out way better than I expected, with all of the drama I had at the beginning with starting over and stuff not looking right and not being sure about the fit and then thinking I needed elastic, and I'm so pleased. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed watching the process of me knitting my Tolsta tank. I think at the time when this video goes up, the pattern may not be out just yet, but it'll be out very soon, and I will make sure once it is live that I link it down below in the description for you. But yeah, if you enjoyed this type of video, definitely let me know down in the comments. It's quite easy for me to film now that I have my actual camera as opposed to always filming on my phone, because I just carry this sucker around with me and I can set it up to film and not really have to think. So if you enjoyed it, please let me know, and I'll definitely start filming maybe with the next item I cast on. If you liked what you saw today, please hit that subscribe button. It really helps out the channel a lot. Hit that like button too if you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next week for another regular sit down, talk about what I've been knitting on type video. Bye!